A bright and beautiful morning to one and all. On behalf of the Sboa Matriculation and High Secondary School, a very happy Independence Day to all our fellow citizens witnessing the program online. On this 75th Independence Day, we, the Sboa Matric family, take immense pleasure in inviting our correspondent, Shri Nitish A.R. Singh, to hoist the Indian national flag.
Salute!
India is my country. All Indians are my brothers and sisters. I love my country and am proud of its rich and varied heritage. I shall always strive to be worthy of it. I shall give my parents, teachers and all elders respect and treat everyone with courtesy. To my country and to my people, I pledge my devotion. In their well-being and prosperity alone lies my happiness.
I request our correspondent, Shri Nitish A.R. Singh, to deliver the Independence Day message.
On behalf of Sboa Matriculation School, it gives me immense pleasure in wishing our students, our dedicated teachers, parents, members of PTA and the general public a very happy 7th Independence Day. The word independence refers to us the sufferings our forefathers have underwent to get us this hard-earned freedom. It is because of their sweat and blood we are experiencing and enjoying the freedom today. The freedom of expression, the freedom of thought, the freedom to congregate was not there before 200 years. Friends, we come across many of our colleagues saying that they have lost their freedom during the last 1 year of pandemic. But imagine our forefathers have toiled for 200 years under the colonial rule. Their right to liberty, right to thought, right to congregate was deprived from them. They fought against the colonial rule and got us this hard-earned freedom. But today, we have freedom at our fingertip. But with freedom comes responsibility. Your responsibility as a student is to learn. Students, learning is a continuous process. Here, I mean learning is not restricted to academics alone. Learning also includes sports, extracurricular activities, social service and discipline. We at Sboa Matriculation School, we want to mold you as a good citizen. Learning is the only way to become a good citizen. I am really glad to see the medals won by our Indian contingents in the recently concluded Olympics at Tokyo. We got 7 medals. My inspiration is one of the medal holders, Mr. Ravikumar Dahiya. So he was a wrestler. During his semi-final bout, he was trailing by 7 points. The opponent was leading 9 points. But he never gave up. He fought till the end. Till the last second, he fought. He pinned him down. The message, what we take from Mr. Ravikumar Dahiya is never give up. And that is what the message I would like to convey to you all. Never give up. Never give up means believing in yourself. Treat failures as success. Never give up. This is the message what we would like to tell you all on this auspicious occasion of our 70th Independence Day. I wish you all good luck and Godspeed in your all endeavors. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring message. Freedom is our responsibility and we shall always abide by it. We will never ever give up. Now, I request our beloved principal, Srimati Shruta Cherian, to address the audience.
Warm greetings to all. August 15, 1947, India attained independence from the British rule. After long years of struggle, the independence that we received was because of the sacrifice of our forefathers, following the path of non-violence. Today, we are celebrating the 75th independence of India. Over the years, India has developed in various fields. In the fields of education, agriculture, medicine, science, space research, sports, and so on. In sports, in the field of sports, our sports stars have made India proud. Neeraj Chopra, Mirabai Channu, Ravi Kumar Dahiya, P.V. Sindhu, Laulina Bhargav, Vajram Punia, and the men's hockey team have won gold, silver, and bronze in the Tokyo Olympics 2020. We are the largest democracy. Many Indians are holding high positions in the developed countries, but India is still a developing nation. We have to fight against poverty, illiteracy, unemployment, and overpopulation. The COVID-19 pandemic has halted everyone across the globe. Many of them have lost their loved ones. Many have lost their jobs. And some have lost everything that they earned throughout their lifetime. This is the time we have to put our hands together. The youth has a great role to play because the future of India depends on the youth of today. Let not religion, caste, color, or language divide us. Let us fight the pandemic together and improve the economy of our country. Let us gift the future generation of India a happier, healthier, and prosperous nation. On behalf of Sboa Metric High Secondary School, I wish everyone a very happy 75th Independence Day. Jai Hind.
Thank you, ma'am, for your encouraging and valuable words of advice. We shall always remember that we shoulder the responsibility of leading the nation in the near future. As you said, ma'am, we shall not fail to leave our imprints in any field, be it agriculture or science. Thanking you once again, ma'am.
लाए 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 हमने मचाया शोर गूंजे सारे सारे अंबर में छलके हौसले समंदर से लाए 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 Can you hear our voices roar?
Morning, I am Jayan from New Kerry. On behalf of Sboa Metric Higher Secondary School, we the kids of kindergarten are going to virtually celebrate the Independence Day this year. First, I invite Master Kadir, my friend of UKG, to deliver a speech on Independence Day. Enjoy and the patriotic speech and the fullest. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Good morning. Wish a very happy 75th Independence Day. We got independent on 15th August 1947. Many leaders like Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, Subhash Chandra Bose, and many others sacrificed their lives for the freedom of our country. Our 75th Independence Day should be a fitting reflection of India's freedom struggle. We Indians must celebrate our 75th Independence Day with a great spirit. Let's work together to make India the best country in the world. I am proud to be an Indian. One day, Mother. Jai Hind. Jai Bharat. Thank you.
Today is the 15th of August. Our whole nation is celebrating the Independence Day. What independence? What is freedom? We are living. More than 200 years ago, people from England came to India for Christmas. They slowly captured our country. And next 100 years, we the Indians were controlled by British people in every way. We lost our freedom. We could not do what we wanted to do. In that time, the Indians suffered a lot. So they wanted the British to go back their country so that we could be free again. Gaining our freedom back from the British is called Independence Day. This is not easy at all. Lot of people have to fight very hard. Many people put on their life in the struggle. We call these noble people freedom fighters. We are now going to introduce you a few of the freedom fighters. Room where we are free and happy today only because of their sacrifices. Today is our Independence Day. We should recall their sacrifice with gratitude. Oh, amazing. I thought the Indian freedom all up all the time. Today what to make freedom fighters. Now enters the father of our nation, Mahatma Gandhi Ji. Who walks in the freedom fighters? Bhagat Singh. Bombs and pistols do not make a revolution. The sword of the revolution is sharpened on meeting stone of ideas. We wonder who is this rare personality. He is Jawaharlal Nehru, also called as Chacha Nehru. We do whatever the Indian may know, are equally children of India with equal rights and duty. Jai Hind. இப்பொழுது நாம் காணப்போவது இந்திய பிரதமராகிய திருக்குறள் அவர்கள். பாரதமே எங்கள் தாய் நாடு, சுதந்திரமே எங்கள் உயிர் மூச்சு. வெள்ளனே வெளியேடு, வெள்ளனே வெளியேடு. கொடி பிடித்து கொள்கை முழக்கம் செய்த நாங்கள் உங்கள் தடி அடிக்க பயப்படே போகிறோம். இந்த உடலுக்கு கண் இரண்டு, கை இரண்டு, கால் இருந்து படைத்த இறைவன் உயிரை மட்டும் ஒன்றாய் படைத்து விட்டார். எனக்கு மட்டும் பல உயிர்கள் இருந்தால் நாட்டுக்காக பல உயிர்கள் கொடுத்து கொண்டே இருப்பேன். நான் பிடித்து கொடி மா வீரர்களும் பல பெரும் தலைவர்கள் பிடித்து கொண்டு என் உயிரே போனாலும் இக்கொடியை நான் விடமாட்டேன், காப்பேன். வந்தே மாறும், வந்தே மாறுதம். பாரத மாதா கி ஜெய், பாரத மாதா கி ஜெய். நன்றி, வணக்கம். Next surprise is Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Give me that! I give freedom! Satya! Shiva! Sundara! Get him! Now walks in the Iron Man of India, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. My only desire is that India should be a good producer. No one should be hungry. That India should rule in the country. அடுத்து நம் காலைவர் தேசிய கவி என்று போற்றப்பட்ட மகாகவி சுப்பிரமணிய பாரதி அவர்கள். வணக்கம். மைரூடி வேண்டும், இமை வேண்டும், இந்நடை வேண்டும், என்று பொருள் கைப்பட வேண்டும். We are curious to know who's called Queen of Jhansi. It is Rani Lakshmi Bai. We fight for independence. We are preparing our purpose. It is very important. It fight in English. I shall not surrender my Jhansi. Let's welcome Lokmanya Tilak, the maker of modern India. The problem is not the lack of resources or capability, but the lack of will. இதோ ஆங்கிலேயர்களை எதிர்த்து போரிட்ட பாளையக்கார மன்னன் திரு வீரபாண்டிய கட்ட
चीले तू चीले ये देश तेरा अपना है
ಕನಸಿನ ನನ್ನ ಭಾರತ ಈ ಜಗದ ಸ್ವರ್ಗತಾನೆ
நாம் தானே இந்தியர்கள் நம் ஒவ்வொரு அணுவிலும் இருக்கும் நம் நாடு
ಬನ್ನಿ ವಾನಂ ತೊಟ್ಟಿಡು ಲಕ್ಷ್ಯಂ ನಿಂದೆ ಎಡುತ್ತಲ್ಲೋ
दुनिया हमारी देख नाना जाति नाना बेग पूरी मारे नाई कुनु खे हिंदुस्तानी तू हिंदुस्तानी तू हिंदुस्तानी तू हिंदुस्तानी तू You are India, I am India, we are India, we love India. সব বদলাবো তুমি আমি পথে যে পাবো তোমাকে জানি बंगाल हो या हो पंजाब हम सबकी एक ही पहचान है
अडवू शकेल जी आपल्याला अशी भिंत अजून नाही कुठे
देश बिचारे वातो था जोश भरियो दरियो छलकाए जब धर्म भूलिया मेरे देश लागी दबा जीवन चाहे जे हो तिम्रो भाषा चाहे जे हो तिम्रो धर्म ఈ దేశం నీదిరా లోకానికి వెలుగురా నువ్వు ప్రగతికి గురుతురా నీ సత్తా చాటరా मिथिलावासी जी हम भारतवासी जी हम मिथिलावासी जी हम हिंदुस्तानी जी हम केसरिया बोल में पधारो हमारे देश 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 पधारो हमारे देश पंजाबी और सिंधी गुजराती और मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा देखे दुनिया जो हिंदुस्तानी नो कर सकता नहीं हिंदुस्तानी जो You are India, I am India, we are India, we love India, alive India, alive India, alive, alive India.
We are all here to acknowledge our privilege of being born in free India and to celebrate our 75th Independence Day. It wouldn't have been possible without the blood of our freedom fighters. They had great vision of free India. Bharatiyar was one such legend who dreamt of the growth and development of our country. Here we have the smart and talented primary kids to entertain and to enlighten you all on the dreams of Bharatiyar. Let's sit back and enjoy the music tableau. Kanavu Meipada Vendum.
அடிமைத்தனத்திலிருந்து விடுதலை பெற்று 74 ஆண்டுகள் முடிவடைந்து விட்டன. 75ஆம் ஆண்டில் சுதந்திர பூமியில் அடியெடுத்து வைத்துள்ள நாம் சுதந்திரம் என்ற சொல்லின் உன்னதத்தை உணர வேண்டும். சுதந்திரம் என்ற ஒற்றை சொல்லுக்கு பின் எத்தனை ரத்த சிதறல்கள் வலிகள் உள்ளன. அவ்வலிகளுக்கெல்லாம் உயர் வலிமை கொடுக்கும் நாள் இன்று. சுதந்திர தின வாழ்த்துக்களுடன் நம் பாரதி விரும்பிய பாரதத்திற்கு சென்று வருவோம் வாருங்கள். காலங்கள் மாறலாம், அம்மாற்றத்திற்கு வித்திட்டவர்களை மறக்கலாமோ? 75வது சுதந்திர நாள் என்று சுதந்திர நாட்டை சுற்றி பார்க்க பாரதியார் கப்பலோட்டிய தமிழர் வருகின்றனர்.
யார் அந்த பாரதி? 18ஆம் நூற்றாண்டில் பாமரனை தட்டி எழுப்பியது இதன் கவிதைகள் தான். கூர்மையான ஆயுதம் போன்ற மக்கள் மனதில் குத்தி விழிப்படைய செய்ததும் இதன் கவிதைகள் தான். பாப்பா பாட்டு பாடியவரும் இவரே, பாரத தேசம் பண்பாட பாடியவரும் இவரே. எட்டயபுரத்தில் சின்னசாமி இலக்கும் யானையாக்கும் தமிழ் பாவலராய் இருந்தவர் நம் பாரதி.
தமிழகம் தந்த அந்த மகாகவி எத்தனையோ கனவுகளை நம் உள்ளத்தில் தேக்கி வைத்திருக்கிறார். அன்று கண்ட பாரதியின் கனவு இன்று வெளிப்பட்டதா?
என்ன பாரதி நடந்தானா? கப்பலோட்டிய தமிழா பாரதி, என்ன தினம் என்று உமக்கு நினைவிருக்கிறதா? கப்பலோட்டியே, இன்று ஆகஸ்ட் 15 இந்த நாட்டின் சுதந்திர தினம். இதை நான் எப்படி மறக்கக்கூடும்? நாம் விடுதலை அடைந்த இந்த திருநாளை நினைக்கும் போது அன்று நடந்த அத்தனை நிகழ்வுகளும் பசுமையாய உள்ளத்தில் இன்றும் உள்ளது. பாரத நாடு பழம்பெரும் நாடு, நீரது முதல்வர் நினைவகற்றாதி என்று உம்மடிகள் நினைவுக்கு வருகிறது பாரதி.
இன்று என்பதை தவிர வேறு எதையுமே சிந்திக்காத மகாத்மா காந்தி சிறையிலேயே தனிமைப்படுத்தப்பட்ட கம்பளிகளை வெறும் கைகளால் உரித்து தொழுநோயால் பாதிக்கப்பட்ட சுப்பிரமணிய சிவாவின் தியாகம் சாதாரணம் அல்ல.
அது மட்டுமா, அயல்நாட்டிலிருந்து படைகளை திரட்டி பரங்கிய பதற வைத்த சுபாஷ் சந்திர போஸ், ஆவேசம் கொண்ட இளைய பட்டாளமாக நின்ற மாவீர பகத்சிங், வீரவாஞ்சிநாதன் கொடியினை கடைசி வரை கீழே போடாமல் தனது என் உயிர் தந்த கொடிக்காது
மட்டுமல்லாது இந்திய நாட்டை குறைத்து மதிப்பிட்ட ஜெர்மனியின் ஹிட்லரை மதிப்பு கேட்ட வைத்து ஜெய் என்ற சொல்லை இந்திய திருநாட்டிற்கு அறிமுகம் செய்து வைத்து ஜெயின் சம்பகராமன், மாவீரன் உத்தம் போன்ற தியாகிகளின் சரித்திரத்தை எப்படி மறக்க முடியுமா?
பாரதி சரிதான். நீரும் உம் கனவுகள் மூலம் தமிழ்நாட்டை வீடு கொள்ள செய்தாய். பெண் விடுதலை, தொழில் வளர்ச்சி, அறிவியல் வளர்ச்சி, தமிழ் மொழியின் வளர்ச்சி என நீ பல கனவுகளை கண்டாய். நீ கண்ட கனவுகள் எல்லாம் நிறைவேறியதா பாரு. நாமும் அதை கண்டு வருவோமா? வாருங்கள் பாரதியாரே.
நானும் அதை காண மிகவும் ஆவலாக உள்ளேன். வாருங்கள் பாபுசி, இருவரும் சேர்ந்து கண்டு மகிழலாம்.
இது காதினிலே எங்கள் தந்தையார் நாடின்ற பேச்சினிலே ஒரு சக்தி பிறக்குது மூச்சினிலே. மருந்த மொழிகளே தமிழ் போல இனியாவது எங்கும் காணும். அங்கே பார்வா ஊசி நம் பசுமை மாற தமிழக மக்கள் அனைவரும் பண்பாடு மாறாமல் அப்படியே இருக்கிறார்கள்.
பண்பாடு மட்டும்தானா?
பண்பாடு மட்டுமல்ல, நம் தாய்மொழியான தமிழும் கூடத்தான். தாய்மொழி படிப்பதற்கும் பேசுவதற்கும் எளிமையானதும் கூட. அது மட்டுமல்ல, 2500 ஆண்டுக்கு மேல் பழமையான நம் செம்மொழியான தமிழ்மொழி பெருமைகளை கூற கூற வற்றாத நதி போல தோன்றிக் கொண்டே இருக்கும். இத்துடன் நம் தமிழுக்கு செந்தமிழ் என்ற அங்கீகாரம் கிடைத்தது.
போற்றிட வேண்டும். தமிழ்நாட்டில் தமிழ் மொழி தலைமை பெற்று தலைத்திட வேண்டும் என்ற ஒரு கனவு இப்போது நிறைவேற உள்ளது. பாரதி,
கப்பலாட்டிய தமிழர் என் தாய்மொழியில் கல்வி கற்கும் முறை இன்னும் மகிழ்ச்சியாக உள்ளது. நான் கருதும் ஒரு அதிசயம் என் தாய்மொழியான தமிழ் மொழி மட்டுமே. சங்கே முழங்கு, சங்கே முழங்கு, எங்கள் வாழும் எங்கள் வளமும் மங்காத தமிழ் என்று சங்கே முழங்கு. உலக புதையல் பலவற்றிற்கு எழுத்து, சொல், யாப்பு, அணி ஆகியவை உள்ளது. ஆனால் தமிழ் மொழிக்கு மட்டும்தான் முதலுக்கு இலக்கணம் உண்டு. தமிழ் இலக்கண நூல்கள் 2. தொல்காப்பியம், இறையனார் பழவிய விந்தை. தமிழை செம்மொழியாக அறிவிக்க 1918 சைவ சித்தாந்த மாநாட்டில் அறிவிக்கப்பட்டது. அச்சிடப்பட்டு தமிழ். தமிழ் 3 நாடுகளில் அதிகாரப்பூர்வ மொழியாக உள்ளது. இந்தியா, இலங்கை, சிங்கப்பூர் ஆகிய நாடுகளில் உத்தியோகபூர்வ மொழியாக உள்ளது. இணையதளத்தில் அதிகம் பயன்படுத்தும் இந்திய மொழியாக தமிழ் முதலிடத்தை பெற்றது. கூகுள் தெரிவித்துள்ளது.
செம்மொழியான தமிழ் மொழியா, செம்மொழியான தமிழ் மொழியா, வாழிய வாழியவே தமிழ் செம்மொழியான தமிழ் மொழியா.
பாரதியின் சிந்தனையும் வஉசியின் சிந்தனையும் எப்பொழுதும் ஒன்றே சிந்தித்துக் கொண்டிருந்தது. நம் நாட்டின் வளர்ச்சி பற்றி அச்சிந்தனை இருந்தது. முதலில் பிரித்தானியா கம்பெனிக்கு எதிராக தமிழகத்தில் கொழும்புக்கும் தூத்துக்குடிக்கும் இடையே கப்பலை இயக்கி வணிகத்தை தொடங்கிய பெருமை கப்பலோட்டிய தமிழனையே சாரும். வாணிக வளர்ச்சியை கண்டு வருவோம் வாருங்கள்.
பெற்ற நம் இந்திய தேசம் வாணிகத்தில் எவ்வளவு முன்னேற்றம் கண்டுள்ளது என்று பார்ப்போமா பாரதி? பார்ப்போம் வாருங்கள் கப்பல் ஓட்டிய தமிழர். நம் இந்திய தேசத்திலிருந்து தானியங்கள், வாசனை பொருட்கள், விவசாய பொருட்கள், தொல்பொருட்கள், எரிபொருட்கள் போன்றவை பல நாடுகளுக்கும் ஏற்றுமதி செய்யப்படுகின்றது. நாம் பெற்ற சுதந்திரம் தொழில் புரட்சிக்கும் வித்திட்டு உள்ளது. வாணிகத்தில் சிறந்து ஓங்கிய நம் தேசம் மங்கியர்களும் ஓங்கி வளர வித்திட்டங்கள் அல்லவோ நாம் சுதந்திரத்தாய்கள். அவர்கள் வித்திட்டதின் விளைவு இன்று விவசாயம் முதல் விண்வெளி வரை பெண்கள் கால் பதிக்காத இடங்களே இல்லை. பெண்கள் சுதந்திரத்தை கண்டு வருவோம் வாருங்கள்.
ஆம், அது போதும் பெண்களுக்கு படிப்பதற்கு என்று ஏளனம் செய்து பெண்களை வீட்டிற்குள்ளே பூட்டி வைக்கும் நிலை மாறியுள்ளது.
ஆணுக்கு சமம் என்ற தர்மம் ஓங்கியுள்ளது. வீரம், கல்வி, சொத்து, சம உரிமை, அரசியல் ஆளுமை, முன்னேறிய பயணம் என நீர் கண்ட அத்தனையும் இன்று நினைவாகிவிட்டது பாரதி.
உமையடி தமிழ்நாடு
பரிணமிக்கும் பொழுதுதான் பாரதி கண்ட முழு கனவும் நிறைவேறும். பாரதி விரும்பிய பாரதம் மலரும். பாரதியின் கனவை எதிர்கால தூண்கள் ஆகிய நாம் நிறைவேற்றுவோம். நன்றி. வாழ்க சுதந்திரம், வளர்க பாரதம்.
On August 15, 1947, India woke up to freedom. Decades later, we continue to celebrate this day when we became a free and a sovereign nation. With great leaders like Gandhiji in the forefront, India won the independence through peaceful means. Let's start from the beginning. India has been created by three plates. Plates from Australia, from Africa, drifted to merge with the Eurasian plate. And that made India the country that is now today. Therefore, India is the only country that has biodiversity, totality of genus, species, ecosystem of a region, simply put plants, animals, human, land, water and atmosphere of three continents, Africa, Australia and Eurasia.
Isn't this amazing? Wow, what rich and unmatched biodiversity we have. We have people from three different continents: Australian Aborigines, Euro-Asian human species and modern humans from Africa, who today form the Indian diaspora.
We have flora and fauna from three different continents. This uniqueness overwhelms me no end. There is no other country in the world that has this uniqueness.
India is one of the oldest civilizations in the world with a kaleidoscopic variety and rich cultural heritage. It has achieved all-round socio-economic progress since independence.
As the seventh largest country in the world, India stands apart from the rest of Asia, marked off as it is by mountain and the sea, which give a country a distinct geographical entity.
Bounded by the great Himalayas in the north, it stretches southward and at the Tropic of Cancer, tapers off into the Indian Ocean, between the Bay of Bengal on the east and the Arabian Sea on the west.
What gives me goosebumps is the realization that Indian civilization has stood intact for the last 4,000 years among 45 plus civilizations that were born since 2000 BC.
And while some other very powerful civilizations like Roman, Egyptian, Byzantine, etc. died, Indian civilization has been standing tall since 2000 BC and is one of the few such intact civilizations.
And what resilience we have shown for the last 4,000 years. Attacked, plundered, destroyed hundreds of times by the invaders from across the globe, and yet we bounce back and stand intact continuously.
India is an integrated country where people show brotherhood among others. I am proud to be an Indian because India is the largest democracy in the world.
It has a civilization that is more than 5,000 years old and boasts of multiple cultural origins.
There is an emerging global, scientific and technological superpower with a diverse environment in flora and fauna.
India is a mega diverse nation and land of around 10% of world species. It also has a rich cultural heritage traced back to thousands of.
Much of Indian biodiversity is intricately related to the socio-cultural practices of the land. India has nearly 90,000 types of animals, including over 350 mammals, 1,200 bird species and 50,000 plant species.
Largest mangrove forest in the world, home to the world-famous Royal Bengal tiger. The Sundarbans is located in the Gangetic Delta in West Bengal. It's the largest mangrove forest in the world.
The only country to have native tigers and lions. The diversity of Indian wildlife is fascinating. Hundreds of rare and endangered animals and birds have found shelter in the conservation areas in India.
There is a large population of Asiatic lions in the Gir National Parks in Gujarat, while the other national parks in India, especially the Bandhagar and the Sundarban National Parks, are home to India's national animal, the Royal Bengal tiger.
This makes India the only country to have indigenous populations of both tigers and
Secular India. People who pioneered the idea of unified Bharat, Chandragupta, Maurya and Chanakya, also pioneered the idea of secular India, providing all its people independence to practice religion of their choice, without any state bases or favorites.
This element of the wisdom of our forefathers is enshrined in our constitution, which declares India as a secular country.
Freedom of choice to everything, right to express your opinion, right to pray, right to vote, right to travel, live and work anywhere in the country, right to education, right to information. All of these are pillars on which
I'm proud to be an Indian. Because of our country's achievements in space and missile technology, India has launched a number of satellites in space for helping us in the weather forecast, communications, medical research and education.
The missiles such as Agni Prithvi strengthened our nation's security and ensured a place in the elite group of the world's powerful countries.
Moreover, our scientists have lifted our India's pride by placing our tricolor on the moon and are now looking forward to landing on the planet Mars.
Brotherhood. India is a country where people respect elders. People of India live in peace and harmony.
India is the only country where there are people of different languages, religions and race, but all of them live together in harmony.
India is an integrated country where people show brotherhood among others.
India's emerging superpower as it is, having very high ranking in many parameters, which are needed for a country to become superpower like military technology, economic demography, advanced political researches, and so on.
Reasons for the growing pride among Indians are not hard to find. In terms of economy, based on purchasing power parity, the Indian economy is the world's third largest. High-tech centers including Bangalore and Hyderabad have given way to top IT companies like Wipro and Infosys. Besides, TCS, HCL, Tech Mahindra are among the elite in their industry.
When it comes to telecom, India is the world's second largest telecommunications market with a subscriber base of 1.20 billion. India has as many cell phone users. Almost nowhere is the telecom industry growing faster.
Indian television industry has more than 400 private television channels and has an overall market size of $22.5 billion. The subcontinent is also making great strides in renewable energy sectors like solar and wind power.
When it comes to defense, Indian Air Force stands as the number 4 in the list of strongest Air Force. India is placed in 7th rank in the powerful navies list, and Indian Army again placed in 4th position in the best army rankings.
Of science and technology, the Indians have sent satellites into space some time ago and have already launched some to Mars and the moon.
There is so much to be an Indian that one can never be proud ago.
The variety in language, culture, lifestyle, cuisine, climatic condition, scenic beauty, architecture, tradition. It is not only our great achievers in fields more than many, but also the common people that strive to make it better day by day.
There are already enough mention about our great discoveries, invention, spices, art and craft, technology genius, media, film, advertising, medicine, finance, fashion, textile, agriculture, self-reliability and spirituality.
From London to New York City, Indian food has spread across the world and continues to gain popularity. Many argue that authentic flavor and spice is lasting in many of the restaurants outside of India itself.
India is by far the largest producer of spices, which are shipped across continents to restaurants and kitchens worldwide. Some of the best known spices are turmeric, cumin, saffron, and chili powder.
If you have a sweet tooth, you have India to thank for it. India was the first place where sugar was extracted, refined and used in cooking. Although once people got the taste of delicious stuff, sugar production quickly spread around the world.
If there is one cohesive, cementing force at the heart of traditional Indian society, a single powerful strand which for centuries has woven the tapestry of our rich social fabric replete with diversity into a whole. It is a family system.
The family in Indian society is an institution by itself and a typical symbol of the collectivist culture of India right from the ancient times. The joint family system or an extended family has been an important feature of Indian culture.
One of the main advantages of a joint family system is the strong bonding it creates among the sibling and other members of the family, even while providing the sense of security to the children. It's believed that children who grow up in an extended family with uncles, aunts, grandparents and cousins will imbibe the quality of sharing, caring, empathy and understanding.
Family values play an important role in shaping the outlook of people. Respect and care for elders are among the central principles in Indian family system. It should also be remembered that the family system creates a strong bond of unity at an early age, paves the way for social cohesion and in a broader sense promotes national unity.
Children grow up in an extended family not only imbibe qualities of tolerance, patience, democratic attitude of accepting others' viewpoints, but also develops sportsman spirit while playing with siblings and cousins.
Various age traditions, customs, and ways of living are all products of family system. In fact, the family system lays the seed for social cohesion and democratic thinking. Families play an important role in preserving and promoting the cultural and social values in a society.
The world's largest sundial is in Jaipur and has been listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Every year, it attracts thousands of visitors who come to witness the shadow moving at about 6 centimeters per minute.
Perhaps the most iconic landmark in India, the majestic white walls of the Taj Mahal are something almost every traveler dreams of seeing.
To protect the building during World War II, the entire palace was covered with bamboo scaffolding, completely hiding the true structure from the bomber planes flying overhead. The trick seemed to work because the Taj Mahal had never struck during war.
With its exuberant cultural diversity and expansive history, India is home to 37 UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Thank you. Making India the 6th most UNESCO listed country in the world, the heritage sites testifies India's history of art and architecture.
Currently, India has 29 states and 7 union territories. Each state and union territories have their own language, clothing, cuisine, and look. India is tagged as the mother of so many inventions like algebra and number zero.
Algebra, trigonometry, and calculus were studied which originated in India.
Place value system and the decimal system were developed in India in 100 BC.
From the 4th century BC,
For around 1000 years, India was the only source of diamonds in the world. The original diamonds were found in the Krishna River Delta.
The word shampoo comes from the Sanskrit word champu, which means to massage. Ground herbs mixed with water were the very first forms of shampoo. Not until later, when the idea caught on, were commercial bottles produced.
My country, with its rich heritage and tradition, I say is the most beautiful nation. We are also recognized for being the world's second largest population, but unity in diversity is the main reason for my pride in being an Indian.
We have different languages, different cultures, food, clothing and tradition, yet we stand united.
Non-violence, democracy, intelligence based on a high standards of education, a natural wealth, harmony, festivals, family system, caring for the aged, service and sacrifice are some of the things that I'm proud of.
I am proud to be an Indian, the only country which has different religion, languages, cultures together form one nation. India is also a best example of unity strength.
India is a country of love, care and affection. In today's world of selfishness, we in India still respect our elder, care of our maids and traditional culture.
All Indians are brothers and sisters. This belief and followed by all of us. This, I am very proud to be an Indian.
I am proud to be an Indian. The reasons are many, but the most important one is unity in diversity.
India has varied culture and tradition, beautiful dances, breathtaking tourist places, mouth-watering cuisine, different languages. The list is endless.
The only country which has different religions, languages and culture, which together form one nation. India is also a best example of unity is strength.
In spite of the diversity, we the children stand united.
India is the land of diversity in terms of religion, geography, culture, tradition. Though much exploited by foreign invaders, we still have rich natural resources. I feel inspired and motivated by our freedom fighters.
It is a land of holy rivers, beautiful mountains, and dense forests. There is natural beauty in our country. It has a great ancient civilization and culture. I am proud because of the giant strides we have made in industry, science, and technology.
I love my country, our glorious culture, the message of truth and non-violence. Multi-religious peoples makes me proud to be an Indian.
If you travel through the country, you will find different peoples of different religion, but every art gives same hospitality.
Indian Army has constructed the highest ever built bridge in the world known as Bailey Bridge in 1982 to connect Ladakh Valley and River Daraz. Indian city Bangalore has more than 2,500 software companies and it has employed 26,000 engineers alone. It is known as the Silicon Valley of India and houses headquarters of various big technology companies.
It is impossible not to be dazzled by India. Nowhere on earth can one find a potpourri and a creative burst of cultures, religions, races and languages. In fact, India has 22 official languages and 447 living languages.
Indian Railways is the largest organization in the world in terms of the number of workers. More than 1.6 million employees work in it on a regular basis. India has the largest network of post offices in the world, which includes 1,55,015 post offices. Also, it has a floating office situated over the Dal Lake.
India has the world's highest cricket stadium situated in Chayal, Himachal Pradesh, which is over 2,444 meters above the sea level. It was constructed in 1893 and has a military school attached to it.
I am proud to say I am an Indian.
because this is the country where sacrifices are made for the good of the country. The best example for this is our Indian who sacrificed their life for the independence of the country. Jai Hind.
What a country we have! Incredibly amazing. And we must learn to love our country. Our love just cannot manifest just on 15th August. That's pseudo love. Our love should manifest in taking care of fellow Indians who are not able to take care of themselves.
We, especially the privileged class of India, must put the bar that is needed to pull up 80% of Indians out of their misery. We must not wait for a divine intervention by God or by the government to help the poorest of the poor.
Resolve on this 74th Independence Day to reach out and help those in need. Let us resolve to be a good sons and daughters of the soil and make our nation proud in whatever way possible, like our brother Neeraj Chopra just did by winning the historic Olympics gold medal for India. Let us also not just ask what a country has done for us, but what we have done for a country. Jai Hind.
Of classes 9 to 12 who peeped around their hives to portray these scenes from the great freedom struggle. Here raises the curtain.
Happy 75th Independence Day to one and all gathered here. It gives me great pride to tell you that our Prime Minister has launched the Azaadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, which is a series of events to commemorate the 75th anniversary of India's independence. We owe all of this to our great freedom fighters. The Indian independence movement was a series of historic events with the ultimate aim of ending the British rule in India. The Britishers came and ruled our country for nearly 200 years. After the Battle of Plassey in 1757, the British achieved political power in India. As a British colony, India suffered poverty, malnutrition, disease, cultural upheaval, economic exploitation, political disadvantage, and systematic programs which aimed at creating a sense of social and racial inferiority. India's freedom movement was a witness to an overwhelming participation of people throughout the country. From Kashmir to Kanyakumari, Assam to Gujarat, thousands of men and women fought together against the atrocities of the British Raj, sacrificing their life and blood. As we celebrate the 75th Independence Day, it is very important for us to know about these struggles and learn lessons to what forms the basis of our country and our constitution. Let us now sit back and view a few such brave movements and incidents that made our India independent.
Indian Mutiny, also known as Sboa Mutiny, or the First War of Independence, was a widespread rebellion against British rule in India in 1857. The main cause for the revolt was the social side reforms of the British, harsh land taxes, and summary treatment of rich landowners. The mutiny broke out in the Bengal army. The main cause of the mutiny was the introduction of the new Enfield rifle. To load it, sepoys had to bite off the ends of the lubricated cartridges. A rumor spread among the sepoys that the grease used to lubricate the cartridges was a mixture of both cow and pig's fat. To make oral contact with it was an insult to both Muslims and Hindus. The introduction of the cartridges added suspicion that the British were trying to undermine Indian traditions. In late March 1857, a sepoy named Mangal Pandey attacked British officers at a military garrison in Barakpur. He was later arrested and then executed by the British. Later in April, troops in Meerut refused to use the Enfield cartridges, and thus they were imprisoned. This punishment provoked their comrades, who rose on May 10th, shot their British officers, marched to Delhi and seized it, restoring the Mughal Emperor Bahadur Shah II to power. The seizure of Delhi allowed the mutiny to spread all throughout North India. The main centers of the revolt were Kanpur, Lucknow, Bareilly, Jhansi, Gwalior and Ara in Bihar, and the main leaders were Bahadur Shah II, Tanhiya Tope, Rani Lakshmibai and Kunwar Singh, among many others. In the end, the British had to take severe measures. hundreds of sepoys were fired by the British from cannons. The direct result of the Great Revolt was the abolition of the English East India Company in favor of the direct rule of India by the British government. Though the revolt failed to achieve its desired goal, it sowed the seeds of Indian nationalism.
The Indian National Congress was founded by a retired British ICS officer in 1885, with W.C. Banerjee becoming its first president and its first session being held at Bombay. Its objective was to obtain a greater share in government for educated Indians and to create a platform for civic and political dialogue between educated Indians and the British Raj. It demanded the separation of the judiciary from the executive, the repeal of the Arms Act, freedom of speech and expression, cut in military expenditure, and increased funds for irrigation. Initially, the minority communities perceived Congress negatively, owing to its domination by the Hindus. Similarly, it was dominated by the moderates who favored order in Congress and constitutional agitation. In due course, all minority communities joined the movement. In 1907, the extremist group emerged within the Congress who adopted an aggressive approach towards British rule. Post-1915, after Mahatma Gandhi returned from South Africa and joined the Congress movement, the Congress strategy and thinking reoriented its goals towards making it a nationalist movement. Satyagraha and passive resistance became the main aspects of the Congress. Congress volunteers, guided by Gandhiji, fought against social issues like untouchability, caste discrimination, lack of medical aid, illiteracy, and oppression of women. In 1929, at the Lahore session, it declared Purna Swaraj as its aim. In 1930, the British government imposed heavy taxes on salt. Gandhiji, along with 78 of his followers, started a march from Sabarmati Ashram to Dundee and broke rules by making salt. In 1937, the Indian National Congress contested in the provincial elections and formed a ministry. In 1942, the Quit India movement was announced, demanding an immediate end to British rule in India. Do or die call was given by Gandhiji. The Congress was banned and the police and army were brought out to suppress the movement. In 1944, Gandhiji proposed Jinnah his plan for two sovereign independent nations. On the 3rd June 1947, the Mountbatten Plan was announced. It proposed the partition of India. The Indian Independence Act was passed on the 18th of July 1947 by the British Parliament, abolishing the sovereignty of British over India. India was partitioned into two dominions, India and Pakistan. It became an independent nation on the 15th of August 1947.
The British government appointed the Indian Statutory Commission on 8th November, composed of 7 members, headed by Sir John Simon, came to be known as the Simon Commission. It was formed to analyze the working of the Government of India Act of 1919 and suggest the constitutional and administrative reforms within the British colonial rule of India. It was an all-white commission with no Indian members. Indians were angered that they had been given the right to decide their own constitution. All sections of India, including the Congress and the Muslim League, decided to boycott the commission. Wherever the commission went, there were protests and black flag marches with the slogan, "Go back, Simon!" The protesters were brutally assaulted by the police. In one such assault in Lahore, Lala Lajpat Rai was seriously wounded and died a few days later. The Simon boycott united the different political parties in India. An all-party conference was held in 1928 with the objective to frame a constitution for India as an alternative to the Simon Commission proposals.
Swadeshi movement and boycott movement against the British have different phases in the history of Indian national movement. Swadeshi movement is associated with the partition of Bengal in 1905. Let's start with the question. Why did the British partition Bengal? During the British rule, Bengal became the center of revolutionary activities and mass struggle against the British rule. On the 19th of July 1905, the Viceroy of India, Lord Curzon, announced the partition of Bengal. To Indians, he gave the reason that Bengal was too large to be administered by one governor. But the real reason was political. Let's see how. East Bengal was dominated by Muslims and the West Bengal was dominated by Hindus. With this partition, the British wanted to divide India both politically as well as religiously. Finally, the partition took place on the 16th of October in 1905. Thousands of Indians came together to stand against the partition. This movement also involved the boycott of British products. It definitely meant a huge loss for British as Bengal was the richest market for British goods. The struggle was also joined by the leading newspapers of Calcutta like the Bengali, Amritabazar Patrika, the Indian Mirror. People resolved to use Swadeshi things. The British tried to suppress it in every possible way. Even the cry of Vande Mataram in streets and other public places were declared to be a punishable offence. The regulation lathis were freely used by the police to drive away the picketeers and to disperse crowd. With popular rejection and mass struggle, Bengal was unified in 1911.
Rowlatt Act and Jallianwala Bagh incident. The Ponticum Chelmsford Report presented to the British Parliament in 1980 failed to regulate local self-government for the people of India. The Rowlatt Act was passed on March 10, 1990, authorizing the government to imprison or confine any person associated with suspicious activities without any trial. These two acts henceforth were widespread among Indians and created anger and discontent among them, especially in the Punjab region. In early April, Gandhiji called out for a one-day general strike throughout the country. This led to the arrest of few Indian leaders. The news about the arrest of the leaders spread and led to protests by angry mobs. On the afternoon of April 30th, a crowd of at least 10,000 men, women and children gathered at the Jallianwala Bagh to celebrate Baisakhi, a spring festival. The occasion was also used to repress non-violent protests against the arrest of two Indian leaders, Dr. Satyapal and Dr. Sen. On the order of Brigadier General Reginald Dyer, few soldiers came and sealed off the exit. They opened fire upon the crowd without warning, which resulted in the death of nearly 1,000 people and injuring even more. Few people, to save themselves, jumped into the nearby well, which led to the loss of 120 innocent lives. Indian outrage grew as a shooting news and spread throughout the country. In response, Rabindranath Tagore renounced his knighthood, which was awarded to him in the year 1950. Gandhiji began his large-scale non-violent campaign, the Satyagraha, in the year 1920 to 1922, which thrust him to Indian nationalist struggle. Dear friends, let's spend a minute today on remembering the people who perished during the massacre. Those whose names we might not know, but the ones we shall never forget.
The Quit India movement, also known as the August movement, was the movement launched at the Bombay session of All Indian Congress Committee by Mahatma Gandhi on 9 August 1942 during the World War II, demanding the end to British rule in India. Gandhi gave a call to do or die. Gandhi said, "We shall either free India or die in the attempt. We shall not live to see the perpetuation of our slavery." A non-violent mass struggle under Gandhi was to be launched. But early morning on 9 August 1942, Gandhi and the entire Congress Commission was arrested, with Gandhi and the other prominent leaders of the Congress in jail. The socialists provided the leadership for the movement. Jayaprakash Narayan and Ramnath Mishra escaped from prison and organized an underground movement. Women activists like Aruna Asif Ali played a heroic role. Usha Mehta established Congress Radio Underground, which successfully functioned till November 1942. As news spread to different parts of India, a spontaneous protest broke out everywhere. People protested in whatever form that they could, such as hartals, strikes, and picketing. The government suppressed it with a brutal force. The people attacked the government buildings, railway station, telephone and telegram lines, and all that stood as a symbol before British authority. This was particularly widespread in Madras, that parallel governments were established in Satara, Orissa, Bihar, United Provinces, and Bengal. In 1992, the Reserve Bank of India issued 1 rupee coin to commemorate the Golden Jubilee of Quit India movement. Taking inspiration from the Quit India movement, our Prime Minister Modi gave the call for the revival of the spirit of the Quit India movement by coining a new slogan, Karenge aur Karke Rahenge, in the place of Gandhi's slogan, Karo ya Maro. The aim of the slogan is to achieve the goal of building a new India by 2022.
India won its freedom from the British colonial rule in 1947 after many decades of struggle. Independence Day marks the end of the British rule and the establishment of a free and independent India. India famously woke up to freedom as the world slept on the midnight of August 15, 1947, in the words of our Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. It was a hard-earned freedom which took many decades in the making and countless sacrifices by our nationalist leaders and unknown freedom fighters. One unique feature of the Indian freedom movement was it was by a large non-violent campaign. After all, it was led by Mahatma Gandhi, the apostle of truth and non-violence. As Nehruji said, to India, to our much-loved motherland, the ancient, the eternal, the ever-new, let's pay our reverent homage as we bind ourselves afresh to her service.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे